Alright, welcome back everybody, and this is Bunkittybun. We're going to play some more Final Fantasy XIV this morning. It is a wonderful morning here, hope 34 degrees, with clear skies, and we're about to talk to Harshaphant. Alright, so the final fight of the Enterprise. Last time we were looking for the Enterprise here in Kurthus, and we were talking to Harshaphant and Lord Francel, trying to clear Francel's name after he had been accused of heresy with the Draconian Rosary that we found in his in a shipment for him. So Harshaphant helped us clear his name for the time being, but we're still gonna have to do some stuff to really clear his name. All right, 1 second here. Alright, there we go. Alright. Final flight of the Enterprise. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Alright, so... Alright, he's supposed to be outside. Discomposed cataloger. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now. But just a few days prior... Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Kurthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshaphant is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Well, thank you, sir. Alright, so we need to go to... we need to speak with Harshaphant again. Okay. So we go outside, we talk to this guy, and then immediately we go back in and talk to Harshaphant. Okay. Why they couldn't just have him come in and speak to us in the nice, warm house? Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil. Ah, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillon of Whitebrim Front, and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business at Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Bun. May Halone guide you. Thank you, Harshaphant. Alright, Francel. So we need to go back south of here and look for Francel. Oh, okay. I think I'm missing somebody. Wonderful to see you again, Bun. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So, the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Halionart. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Dramon. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Halionart have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. Alright, so deliver the letter to Grenadier. Okay. So we are now about halfway through the Kurthus area here. This will be the last, pretty much the third area that we will have been in Kurthus. We've been in the observatorium down here. Drag us out into the observatorium down here. Then in Camp Dragonhead, and then we've been in White Room. We will have been to White Room front here. There's a fade up in front of us. Unfortunately, there aren't a whole lot of players on it, like 6 in the morning, so, you know, it's gonna be fun trying to do fates or anything like that if we decide to do that type of stuff. Oh, achievement fates up. You desire an audience with Lord Dromon, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife. But wishings won't make it so. What if I give you 2 pieces of paper? Will that help? What do we have here? Letters from Lords Harshavant and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do? I mean, you could just... I mean, so the fun thing is, he can't stop you. But you can't progress the storyline unless you do it. Ye of little faith. Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Dromon's attentions are focused solely on the Stone Vigil at present. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albois. Albois, that's probably Albois. Yes, Sir Albois can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Okay. Let's follow our current always example. Get the chocobo get the chocobo keep. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, they are in here. Yep. Albois. Sir Grenadier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Dromon hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a spare moment for the head Carujan, Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Alright, let's see. I am going to... I guess I'm going upstairs. Oh, they got their medical license on file right here. That actually says something, but it's so small. It's probably like a medical certificate or something of that nature. I said, if the Enterprise is indeed inside the Stone Vigil, then we must convince Lord Dromon to cooperate. Yeah? I mean, you could just go get it yourself, though. Are you here to visit a patient, madam? What's this? Letters of introduction from the House of Four Toms and Hallionart? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Guderno. Guderno. He should know Lord Jolmon's current whereabouts. Okay. Phrygia. Charmine. Force smart. So, at least right now, we're not going to try and join a free company. At lower levels, there's really not a point to. At least not like when you're trying to first start the story. What reason have you for barging into? Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Jolmon is just up these stairs. Letters are no, though. I wouldn't expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Hello, Lord Jolmon. Sir Guderno permitted your passage. Very well, speak. I mean, he didn't really permit me passage. He just kind of sat in a chair and just lazily looked at me. I mean, I might be the Avatar of the Fury. It's impossible. No, it's not impossible. It's just not very likely. But, you know, Sid is still alive, so. And here's the douchebag. This guy. Ghalame. Excuse you? A defunct band of misfits. Excuse you. We are not a defunct band of misfits. We're a half-dead band of misfits, thank you very much. Oh, okay, so for the first time, we actually see that there's not, I think it's actually below us, we see that there's no direct in our vicinity here. We see that there's not a main scenario quest. That is strange. But I believe it's down below us, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Hostafar there. Factual folklore. You the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in the White Brim front. You are literally two floors below him. Of course it happened. Of course it travels fast. All he would have to do is yell down the stairs. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drolmon's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls here decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a darn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in the Deniffin Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. That's a very convenient thing that he's giving us. This is actually one of the things that a lot of new players forget to do is they'll skip through all of the like little dialogue boxes. Like this is whenever the first time I ever came through here. First time I ever came through here, we had I had skipped through that dialogue box, I believe, because I was a scrub back then, and no, we're not using fate. There was a scrub back then, and I didn't realize that I needed to use the dark cider vinegar on the mud puppy, so I died to the thing like over and over and over and over again. It's terrible. But thankfully now that and I had forgotten it over the years, but now that we're going back and we're replaying the story again to like actually get another take on the story and relive the majority of it, it's nice to see like the little details that I missed the first time through, and it's nice to see that that there was some dialogue there telling me what to do. Like it's gonna sit here and they'll let me use the dark cider vinegar on it. Yeah, first time I died to this probably 2 or 3 times. And see, it's so much easier to kill. If you don't use the dark cider vinegar, it kills you. Almost 100%, like probably 97% of the time it kills you. Because it just takes so little damage. I got off of that. No, I did not. You're supposed to. Instead. Real quick. Okay, good. Okay. I was just checking something on our system over right here. So now we need to go past the achievement fate. Would definitely recommend doing that achievement fate at some point if you're high enough level for it. You definitely do need more than just one person for it, though. It's not something you want to do on your own. Stone vigil over there in the distance. Alright, so we've gotten the mud puppy stuff for Pastafar. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh, here, have some meat. Oh, dear. Remind me never to wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road. This should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila. Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? You can take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here up and up above. Alright, so let's do the Aphelion first. You there, lass. Get off me. Get off me breakfast. Lol. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a stake, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Oh, Lord. Mwahahaha. Yes, yes, I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men, and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Oh, I wish I had gone through and read all this back then. We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die for this godforsaken waste. It's actually a cute character model for that one, for Ambeline there. And let's skip through the dialogue. And Ignemrathel. Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance? Here, have a steak. You are a godsend, friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Alright, so now we're supposed to go back and speak to Hostafor. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working Chirurgeons at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. I love how they expect you to go around this direction, but most players are just going to jump on the table. I mean, look at this turkey. Look at this gorgeous turkey. The sad part is this is the graphics turned the majority of the way up. I mean, it's something that you see in a passing by, so it's not something that really needs a aggressively done model. Alright, so beg your pardon, madam, but I'm busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. No, you're gonna eat your steak now. Is that sniff sniff? Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Heck with this dude, though. Let's see what we want. I guess we'll take the... Hey, 42. Request from Sid. The best invention. I want to have a word with you, Bun. It concerns the Chirurgeons. After speaking with them, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover from my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemic mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. This man is a magician. I don't believe he's actually an engineer. I think he's just a magician. Like, he just magically makes things. I believe Sid is an isekai protagonist. He came from somewhere. I believe he came from somewhere else and is just like, he's got the technological know-how of like just some other culture. Let's see, some like faraway culture. All right, so we're going to the White Room area here to gather. I suppose we don't even have to go that far. We can go right out here and just kill these things out here. Sorry, Mr. Ice Sprite. I completely forgot that I don't have carbuncle out. I'm gonna have to like try the thing on my computer that says, hey, you know, you need to get your carbuncle out. Can't be defeating stuff without a carbuncle. Honestly, I really don't even want to summon out the summons, because it's going to run up to it and kill it, and then it's going to be a waste of Titan egg easily. So. I just will use the threat, that's fine. There we go. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. Here you go, have some cores. Not the alcohol. That would be bad for the engineer to have alcohol. So he makes something, and then they don't know how to use it. Much like, you know, every isekai protagonist makes like a cell phone, or makes like a tablet or a computer or something, and they don't know how to use it, or the rest of the world doesn't know how to use it. Look, man, we just want to help people, and we just want to get into that castle, kill the Dirgon, and get our ship back. That's all we want to do. Why do you insist on trying to stop us? Thank you, Sid. Thank you for asking the same questions that we're all asking. Why does this man hate us so? Influencing Inquisitors. Before we can persuade Lord Jolon to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Galaim that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Kurthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with him and the people who wait from the front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. I don't know if I want to talk to the little lordling. At least right now he's kind of being a tool. Let's see. So let's start with Patrick. No, this is Patrick. Under Inquisitor Galaim's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. So you don't ever think that he's just, like... Maybe he's not, like, legit? They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Let's go over here first. Looks like there's two of them actually. So there's one that we missed up top in the thing, Albois. Inquisitor Galaim? I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. Okay, you gonna call me unbeliever? Bitch. Aye, we've learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Fine. I don't want anything to do with you either. You know, all we're trying to do is help you, but no. Joel. Jello. Inquisitor Galame. Yes, of course I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to White Brim Front, several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall what a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in the darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end Inquisitor Galame rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope one day to repay his kindness. Well, at least he was trying. He was trying to do his job and just tripped. Failed miserably and tripped. Disappointing, really. Alright. Jump over the table, sing our little Disney princess song while we're doing it. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Okay. Okay. Cool. That doesn't tell us anything about him. It just tells us that he's an Inquisitor, which we already knew. Is this voice acted? Maybe? Nope. Absolutely not. Shiver. I mean, okay. Yeah, its attire is ill-suited to the climate. And he's missing fabric on, I think, his legs and somewhere on his back, I believe. Yeah, right here he's missing fabric, and then right here too. I'm not really quite sure who would come up with an idea for this kind of outfit for someone. Is it that uncommon to have your body fully covered? Because the knights here all have their bodies fully covered. Granted, he's not a knight, he's a civilian, but I mean, at the same time, he's... Right, so yeah, right here, and then right here. Yeah, same place on both legs, and that's really the only place, I guess. Only two places. Oh, and on his wrist here. But, you know, is what it is. Okay, by the lights of Ishkar, we're gonna get our level 40 weapon, which should be this, hopefully. And we've said this for the last two weapons we've gotten, that they would be better than the Longstop Grimoire. This is a level 32 weapon. We are 10 levels above this at this point. We should have a new weapon coming. The level 40 weapon, if we don't get one in Stone Vigil. Something troubles me about that Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness, and he saw it outside the eastern gate. Yes, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we arrived in White Brim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Joel is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. So we're gonna go we're gonna go retrace Sir Joel's steps. Okay. Which I think means we have to go out. I think we have to go out this gate here. And go around, is that right? Oh yeah, we're going down here. Oh, the dead Dirgon down there. Very interesting looking dead tree. There's a dead dragon with... okay. Plasmoid. Okay. Machine automaton. Kill this thing before our summons are ready. Not quite as Oh no. I knew it. What's even crazier is we should have known he was evil, because he doesn't. The real Inquisitor doesn't have a soul patch. The evil Inquisitor has a soul patch. We should have known he was evil. So the question is, who is this Inquisitor? Who is this person that we think is the Inquisitor, but may or may not be? Although it's pretty certain now that he is not the actual Inquisitor. Alphino. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me in suspense. Let's see it. There you go. Given the contents of this encyclical... Given the contents of this pamphlet, I believe you just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Ghislaine. Newly come to Kurthis and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity. For even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of the papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Bun, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Alright, so let's go ahead and open our level 40 weapon. Book of Mithril. Okay, it is finally better than our Longstaff Grimoire. And it is very, very mithril-y. You can see that's an interesting texture choice. You can see the crease of the texture right there. What's that supposed to be there? In a picture book. Alright, so we're going to be looking for... Let's see, we're going to be looking for... foreskin duckbills this time. Okay. Since Lord Jolman has already turned against us, I fear that this pamphlet alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick as to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that this is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Joel, with the evidence you discovered, and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Alright, so I guess we're going to talk to Joel again. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? No, we're gonna show you this, and hopefully you don't, like, go insane. The Inquisitor is an imposter? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that all is a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Pernilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against a man who saved my life. Okay, so we go and talk to this other woman. Let's see, she's right here. Hi, Pernilla. You, I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. If you don't know me, then why did you sound like you knew me? Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not at all. Sure you don't. Alright, so there's the cast doubt, which is /doubt on Pernilla, which the Buns are very aggressive with their doubt. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sir Joel gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him. Nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Joel and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When I last agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Joel to the infirmary. On his first night in White Brim Front, Inquisitor Gulames heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Dramon. Wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hallionart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone, forgive me for not acting sooner. So this is our culprit for the person that put the draconian rosaries in the shipments that we checked last time. So I wonder what's going to happen to her. Probably nothing, but you never know. Search the area southeast of White Brim Front. Let's get on a bite. I need to actually go out. Go out this way and then go around, I think. Cat's playing with something. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Alright, so we're even the bloody piece of paper and the chest. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this paper? Theory, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. With this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Bun, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Alright, so we're gonna grab the... Oh, that's such a hard choice, because that's 3,000 gil, but let's grab the leveling gear. Finally get rid of the long stop shoes. Right, the heretic among us. That thrice-darned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intended to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may be still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Bun. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Alright, so we need to speak with the Knight of House Durender. Go out this direction first. No. Sweet. The cat is praying for attention at the moment. There you go. Get some foot scritches. Yeah. Okay, House Durender Knight. Can I just come up to this kid? Oh, okay. So it's just gonna make us do the fight. What the heck, man? You're trying to kill a child. Or an expeditioner. It's just a young hero. Come on. It's a cute pattern for her, like left in here, though. It's a cute color. What was it that gave me away? It was your soul patch. Summoner do. Cool. Let's get him. Alright, so I guess we're supposed to kill him. Rotten meat. He's gonna come to. Okay. That was the name of the spell. Rotten meat. Okay. That's a chicken nugget. No. Wormhound. You're not gonna get us. So fun fact with the wormhounds here, he'll do another thing here. Maybe. Wow, they already okay. So the stone gaze that they do only takes effect if the only affects you if you're in the area of effect that it shows there in the cone. As long as you're outside the cone, you can stand there and perfectly help. Okay. Oh lordy, okay. That is not good. I guess we're supposed to keep the knights alive, and then we're supposed to just do the easy one, I guess. Yes. We know the shtick. Okay, so do this. Of course, nothing of mine has come off of full round. For some reason it thinks that it's acceptable to make you start the instance over again, but you have to help the Dirgon Knight kill the Wormhound first. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've done that. It may as well honestly be new for that point. Supposed to kill the Wormhound first. Spirits already. Make sure we keep the attacks away from them. Oh, he just died. He didn't actually kill him, he just died. It's disappointing. My glamours dispelled. Glamours. Well, that's too bad for you, false Galame, whatever your name is. I think we'll be fine. Oh, he's dead. Yay. He just keels over. Leave the body for the crows. What crows? There are no crows in this frozen wasteland. Oh, come on. Just standing here and just thinking that it's going to take us twice out this bunch. Get our funds ready just in case we need to do something later. We should be pretty close to the next dungeon though. I want to say the dungeon is either, I think it's 40 or 42. I want to say it's 40 is the required level. I forget though. So we're talking to Alphino this time. So Alphino. Where have you been, Bun? The False Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you've overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we've secured the Enterprise. In pursuit of the past, Alphino is eager to enter the Stone Vigil. I'm sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Jolmon a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Alright, so let's go tell Jolmon that he owes us a trip to Wendy's. Running. Alright, Jolmon. Cough up the Wendy's coupons. I mean, but you could have saved yourself all this trouble, Graham. We would not have killed a heretic inquisitor if you had just let us go. But I mean, it would have progressed the story just so much quicker if you just let us go. We have as yet been unable to drive them out. Well, I guess it's time to go on a hunting trip. And grab my book. So we are going to... Let's see. Oh. Alright, so this is where we're gonna get to actually go into the stone vigil. Ooh, that's a change there. Immediately turns the day. The bright lights are just... Oh wow, that's bright. It's very pretty. It's very pretty out here right now. No, no. Heck off. Screw off. Right. Alright. Hail Bun! Lord Jolan has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the stone vigil whenever you so desire. Alright, so this should be... 41 is the stone vigil. 17 minutes. Hopefully that won't actually take that long. For the time being, we can... Let's go unlock our oh, what are you doing? No, ma'am. Drawing some cat aggro here, folks. No, ma'am. No. No. Okay. Let's go unlock our companion chocobo. The unmistakable smell of a chocobo clings to you. Adventure. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Bukwalot over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. So this can be helpful when we decide to, or if we decide to do any fates during this series. We need to go to Bent Branch. I'm not really quite sure why they had us come to Camp Tranquil and then go to Bent Branch, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to talk to the... What is that other quest that's there? Oh, the Lavender Beds quest. Hello there. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Sure. Sure you do. Very well. To begin, you'll need a bunch of Gisselbrains. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Turn here when you have it. So it's just incredibly large cabbage. Or heads of lettuce, I guess. Or maybe, it kind of looks like an artichoke, actually. I guess. Have you acquired the greens? Yes, I have acquired the greens. Superb, then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but Chocobos are highly fond of Gisel greens. They love the leafy vegetables so much, in fact, that they'll completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortan family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. Oh, cool. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gisal greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broods that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend that you have an ample supply of greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Companions are now available. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our companion out here. Hi, Jack. Yes, okay. So Jack is currently on guard, which means that if I attack something or if something attacks me, then he will go after it. Alright, Sorrel Haven. It would be cool if they stayed out while you were riding, but they do not. Oh. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack it. You see Jack run off here in front of us, and we'll kill him. So there are 2 daily, daily or weekly challenges. I believe they're weekly then, for your chocobo. And basically just kill a certain number of enemies. I'm kind of hoping that we get into this dungeon fairly soon. There's really no reason that we shouldn't, minus the fact that I guess it is early Monday morning, I guess, so we're gonna get the only other people who don't have to work early in the morning or are in school or some kind of holiday, that kind of thing. So you successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring, fighting with your feathered companion? I mean, it's about the same. Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings, or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the 2 of you might complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find which the approach that serves you best. Ah, before I forget, one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gisal greens about can be quite cumbersome after all. Not really. After all. And there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. Pray it serves you well in your travels. Now, is this chocobo saddlebag? Okay, cool. So if you're watching this as a new player, the chocobo saddlebag is going to be an enormous help whenever you get to the the later levels in the end game. It will allow you to carry all sorts of stuff, and so you've got basically 70 slots of inventory space on top of your normal 140 slots as well. So you've got, 210 slots of inventory space. The one interesting thing that you can do with the saddlebag, or that the saddlebag can be used for, is whenever you reach later levels and you're using the treasure maps that we will do in a future episode here, or a future part of this playthrough, you can carry, you're only allowed to carry 3 of them, and you can carry one on you, one that's already opened up and ready to be used, and then you can put one in your chocobo saddlebag. So it makes it really, really convenient to have 3 maps on you at any given time. And then you can carry, since there are multiple different types of maps, if your party is doing, a map night or whatnot, and you want to bring along more types of maps, you can carry one of each map in each of those 3, and one of each type of map in each of those 3 different areas on yourself, in your chocobo saddlebag, and you can only have one open at a time. So really you can have upwards of I think maybe 10 or so maps on you, depending on which ones you have. You can have quite a few maps on you, is the general point. And so we're trying to see, still waiting, time elapsed has been 10 minutes, still waiting on 1 DPS, 1 healer, and 1 tank. More than likely we will get some group of people who are trying to do their leveling roulette to come through here. So let's mount Jack here. And I guess let's go back to Kurthus, since we're supposed to be in high. About 45 minutes left in this video. Yeah, immediately your mount speed slows down. Yeah, it's not happening. Sorry, Jack. Too slow. Too slow. Quick. There we go. Maybe we'll get lucky here. I'll drive up to the door and it'll pop. Well, that happened. So at least we gotta kill this thing again. Oh! There we go. There's the first achievement there. Alright, so let's go ahead and say hi to the party. Always make sure that you say hi to your party. They're going to be always nice to be nice to your party members. Even if they're not nice to you, make sure that you're nice to them. That is what the community prides itself on. Okay, cool. Aren't you lucky that we were behind him? Team player again. Different. And the different AoE skills. That's really. So the one thing that still does bug me about the casters is you can kind of see is, you know, we were targeted on something that had an AO that died rather during the course of our combat. And if you are a okay, that aggroed me. Cool. If you happen to be a caster and you're in a cast when something dies, then your spell just becomes an interrupted spell, which is really, really unfortunate. Come on, what the heck? Oh lordy. Also, if you'll notice, I had an enemy on me that the tank had not picked up, or rather, that that had just appeared. Make sure that you lead any enemy that you pull, by mistake or otherwise, make sure that you lead it through the group of enemies to where your tank is. Because most tanks in this game, they end up doing, like, they pull everything and then they stop and then just spam their AoE skills over and over and over again. And actually, I am pulling a little bit aggro. I can pop that healer out a little bit here. I'm not doing enough to really help them though. DPS. Double pain player. Alright, so we got 2 summons going into this fight. Alright, so let's go ahead and get effort out. Very quick breath attack, the fire attack. Addle the swing. What that'll do is actually, it's fire attack essentially. And get our summon starting again. We did get a little bit unlucky with this one. Well, no, it's a red mage, never mind. I was thinking, it was a black mage for a second. Oh, no. See in front, oh. Okay, I didn't miss it. Alright, good to go. Stuff. Shadow bow. Okay. on the run like we were there, if you're playing Summoner, then make sure that you use your instant cast summons. That's going to be your Emerald and Topaz Carbuncles, and then eventually your Garuda and your Titan Babies. Ooh, hello. What we had there was a case of the tank actually only hit those things once, and I hit them with something more powerful and drew more aggro than what the tank had already given me. Player is actually fairly good. Second boss. Crochet. So then you would interact with the cannon here, the dragon. Oh, it's over with that last thing. It's fine. Considering I am in desperate need of some type of upgrade to the gear, we're going to go ahead and grab all this stuff. None of these people want this stuff, so that's a bonus for us at least. I'm sure all of these people are too big. there we go. There was a perfect example. I was trying to use my AoE casted spell, and the thing died before I was actually able to kill it. And I lost that cast. And so that means I have to cast again on something else, which isn't really a bother, I guess, but at the same time, it kind of feels a bit. Oh, I accidentally jumped. I don't know what I'm jumping for. Maybe jumping for joy? Jumping for Avis's? Alright, so we're gonna get should be a cutscene right here. Hopefully they will wait. If they don't, I'm not gonna blame them, it is early, you know, but at the same time, I kind of do hope that they wait. I'm not enthusiastic though. Alright, we are gonna, Sleeping Dragon looks enormous. Dragons are our concern. They come for the airship and only the airship. Say, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare for launch. Cool. Bun, stay here and keep an eye on the beast. Oh, shoot. That settles it then, shall we? As you command. Oh, they actually... I don't remember this cutscene being this long. It's a long time to have somebody wait. Hello, La Brea. As far as these could find. Purposely wake the dragon up. I'll put out the dragon. Long cutscene for a dungeon like this. To make somebody wait. I appreciate them waiting. These are the good type of players. 14. shield is always a help. There is no cutscene there, it's just... already have others. Any problems with that? No. Alright, cutscene time. I don't really care for that robe, but it is starting to grow on me a little bit. Another crystal. Yay, crystals. We like crystals. I seem to remember there used to be a toy that looked like that back in the day. I'm trying to remember what it was. It wasn't a toy that was like specific to this title or any sort of Final Fantasy thing. It was something else. The glasses definitely suit fun, though, in my opinion at least. So. Ooh. Yes, well, hi there. Thanks for the views. Thanks for joining us this morning. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Guardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, huh? Okay, cool. History repeating. I said we're in. Okay, we're in Gridania. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, wait, where are we? And I hear whalers and or wood whalers and whatever the song is called. Okay, into the eye of the storm. It appears to be deep in thought. We're gonna get the glasses. Okay, so the glasses will be better than what we currently have by, oh yeah, by like 6 levels. Voice acted, maybe? Maybe? Nope. This is a nice break from the very upbeat, dramatic tempo that they had been keeping up until this point. It's a nice, like, laid-back moment. It's like the calm before the storm, though, so... Literally, the calm before the storm. I'm not sure if we're going to get to Garuda during this session. Maybe. And we're letting everything play for, you know, people who may or may not be viewing this on YouTube later. They might know the story or get to see the story. Lambertane and Camp. I keep forgetting that we have to worry about. But it's okay. Alright, I think they're in here. Yeah, there we go. Well, yes, I am Professor Lambertine. Beg pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals, truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow woman of science. Alright, let me get my mithril sunglasses here. Put those on. I have a digital hat, too. They're not actually better than the... I should have taken the money. Darn. Oh well. This is gonna give us... possibly... a shirt. So that would be good. Ah, so rare it is to find fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another. A hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish to not conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, woman. At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. Beginning to wonder if you have sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Nerds. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. Thank you for making me read, like, 4 or 5 full text boxes of dialogue so early in the morning, before we've gone to sleep. Now we are going to Highbridge. It's very pretty at night. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. Warded pot. What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertine. You thieving knave, I shall call for the... Oh, you say you may have lent it himself, did you? Then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Alright, so we're gonna get the woolen gown. And this should be higher level, so yes, we have this very ugly woolen gown now. I'm gonna get some... no, actually we're gonna get some gil out of this one. 2,500 gil out of that one. Sweet. Oh, Frabjus Day. What is Frabjus? Calais. Oh, come on. That I should be chosen to guide this woman. Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest professor of Lambertine's pupil. greatest of Professor Lambertine's pupils, shall see that you have successfully quarried your quarry. Oh my god. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning mole for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that not but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment of lava from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. Oh, lordy. There we go. And we're going to be going down this way. It is raining. They call this showers. This is like raining sideways. That actually hurt my eyes. Look at that crystal. This quest. D is for dead. No, I think we'll not be dead, thank you. So all of that out there is like is in a different like focus than everything up close. It's really weird and it really hurts my eyes to look at it. Down there is where we need to go. Can I hop off of this area? No. Of course not. That would be too easy. Alright, so we need to go down. Must be way down. Oh, yeah, here we go. Down. Oh, come on. Oh. Of course there's a... I guess we had to kill the mirror knights that are out here first. Because the big guy there, we're above appropriate level to be doing this thing, so we're gonna have to either wait for him to not be there, which is 13 minutes, we're not doing that. We've got about 10 minutes left to place that. You know who these things remind me of? If y'all have seen the oh my god. If y'all have seen the most recent episodes of One Piece, it looks, this character, the mirror, no, do it! Yes, we got it! Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away! The Mirror Knight's look an awful lot like King from One Piece, from the Wano arc. I think that's really cool. They're not like the same type of character, but at the same time, so they look really alike. It really makes me happy. here talk to the little wall build out here again. I see you come galumphing back. What? I think of a crystal then. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertine will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with the harvesting. But you didn't help us with the harvesting. We did it ourselves. You just told that you just gave us the stuff to do it, or the place to go to do it. I love how these people just kind of stand out in the rain. Alright. Hello, Lambertine. My keen scholar sense tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal. Am I right? No, I just have a pot. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired, a corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal for again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected aether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hahasako. But what is science if not trial and error? And you can truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Thankful then. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You would doubtless have no difficulty in doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for ethereal studies conducted by the students of Valdesian. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You still a corrupted crystal to find. Alright, so we can't use the little dress gloves to bring the gold piece instead. We'll be able to use the woolen chalices though. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sienna, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lenosha. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lenosha was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an Imperial castrum. Haha, now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was western Lenosha, Pharaoh Cirrus, on the Isles of Umbra, to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning. Something to do with one of Dalaman's talons, or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Sienna's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you're unprepared for the task. Oh, lordy. Okay. Alright, so airport. Okay, so we just talk to Sienna, which is this girl up here, I believe. Yes. Huh? Corrupted crystals? Madam, I have no interest in being the butt of your jokes. So if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. But I have my pot. Well, I'll be darned. Professor Lambertine did send you. Beg your pardon, it seems we've got all on the wrong foot. I am Siana, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you to seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Yawn. Oh gods, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. Thank you for the pants. I will use them right now. Yay, pants. It's probably not pirates. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding FFXIV is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I have yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subjects of my questions. Mayhap you will have better luck wresting information from the Yellow Jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Ha! Oh, you startled me. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? Well, with all the fatuous gossip, spirits, and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Ow. Did not feel good. Ferkman. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody elves, lass. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. I love how they put all the different parts of this quest, like, all the way across Aleport, and didn't just put them all together. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were first forced to abandon FFXIV, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged down to the depths with them. It's a cool looking tower, though. I don't know why. It's a cool looking tower. It's kind of disappointing the, excuse me. It's disappointing that the tower got hit by the shards of Delamid falling. So. Ah, Bun, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Oh, crap. Aww. Representing the Rookies. Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all the travel to the Isles of Umbra is restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous, owing to the abandonment of FFXIV. Yes, well, anyway. While you were questioning those Yellow Jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. It was there that I heard tell of a man named Skiffworm, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, and so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. but he's behind bars. You can just walk up to the bars and talk to him. This is Gale's. Yeah. This is a really cool picture. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Tell Mimidoa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or could you release me? Yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her. Yeah, no, you're gonna stay there, and Jack, we're gonna put you away. Just so I'm not constantly reminded that you're out, and you scare me whenever we come into an area. Alright, so we'll talk to Sienna again. One of these days we'll get her name down. Sienna. One of those. What did Skiffern have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less how much he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a man named Mimidoa? Wait, I know that name. That's the son again who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him and his wandering hands. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I don't remember A Realm Reborn being this aggressively sexual in nature, but it does make sense. Another initiate, are you? No? What are you? Speak up, Missy. I can't hear you. Have a feather. That bugger me. Is this what it... Oh! No, it couldn't be. You found this, you say. Where do you find it? Where do you say you found it? Skiffern, you say. I was hoping to have a word with that lad. But it sounds like there's not left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharaoh Sirius. He was. Company sent me to supervise him. Supervised a lot of them. Weren't getting work done on their own, see. Half of them walked off, half of them ran off, and half of them all up just vanished. What's that? You've been looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on the behalf of old Mimidoa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested until you came calling. Whole ports and arms about spirits. Up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let them sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper and he'll see you back there and back. Alright. So we're going to talk to the skipper here, I think... Oh, no, we're going to go to Sienna. So you went and had a word with Mimidoa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something. You mean that disgusting creature was Skiffern's superior? I find that hard to believe, but this writ of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say, it's a relief to work with such an industrious woman as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you make on the Isles of Umbra without me. Fine. I failed to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back and haunt you. Okay, so we are gonna leave that there for this play period. Do you think the dungeon crew that we had for the clean, easy run of Stone Vigil, and thank you. I don't know how to read Japanese. I'm sorry. But thank you for your comment and for coming into the chat. We do appreciate all of our viewers. And one last note before we log off here. We are uploading these to YouTube under the Bunkittybun name. You can find them on, you can find at least the last one, and then this one will be uploaded. The prior ones will be uploaded at a later date. And yeah, I think that's it. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all again in the next video.